All right, guys, Shotty T here with another video. This video is going to actually take a few steps back to some of the videos I've been posting. Of course, we're in Crimson Plague in our server, and it's versus week. We got Warzone Duel for the first time. I'm going to have a video on that probably tomorrow. It's a lot of stuff going on this week for our alliance and this server for Crimson Plague. But again, we're going to scale this back. So this is for literally anybody that's starting the game from day one. It's the map. So the map has some new dynamics that just came out. So I figured this would be a good time to share it as well. So you just go here. There's your base. Of course, you got these shields that can be purchased in the Alliance store or with diamonds. And then you have these icons. You got different icons, but I'm just going to start off by zooming out the map first. So your map might be different than ours. If you're in Crimson Plague, the map is much bigger. If you're in the old map, the territory plots are much bigger, but they have more area basically. So all the color-coded ones are ones that are occupied by alliances. The solid ones are from our server. The ones that are not solid are from outside servers. That only applies in Crimson Plague, by the way. You usually do not see foreign servers taking over another server territory. That only happens in Crimson Plague. But just the main thing is, regardless of what season you're in, color-coded plots means that they are occupied by alliances. All right. The ones with the buildings on them are actually the different cities. You got your villages, your small towns, your playgrounds, your manor, your bell tower, and the shrine. And then you have the city of Apocalypse. That's for the Crimson Plague. In the old map, I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I think level 1 is also like a town or a small town or something like that. Level 2 is like a chemical plant. Number 3, can't quite remember what level 4 was. I think level 5, I don't even remember what that was actually. Level 6 was a casino. I do remember that. No surprise, right? Looking at the channel I have. And then number 7 is the capital. So, but it's the same concept. You got different territories. The higher the number in the territories, the tougher the competition is to get it. So usually you see your stronger alliances in the middle of the map, and then you have your complementary alliances that help with the border. So it takes a whole unit to protect the whole server. But as you can see, our server is kind of being taken over by outside servers. It's filled with a lot of foreign invaders, including 2 that are near our territory. But anyway, so that's the map from the outside. But as you zoom in, you'll see more stuff pop up. All right, let's go here first. So then you have these little icons, like these little Ouija board icons. So you got different colors. You got white, which is basically this represents all the bases that are in the server that you're in. Yellow, depending on what season you're in, or if you're in versus, you usually don't see yellow. Yellow represents an alliance that's neutral, that you're not going up against, but they're from an outside server. Okay, so that's yellow. Those can be attacked, but only on Saturdays. All right, like on server war days or enemy buster days. All right, but you don't really get a lot of incentive on beating them. All right, so, but sometimes they will come after you if they need points, especially if their opponent is all bubbled up and shielded. And then you have your own alliance members. And let's see. There we go. That's in blue. So, and then you have your base, which is in green. Pretty straightforward there. And then when you get to enemy buster day, the versus opponent that you're going against, they're going to be dark red. And then when there's server war, whenever the battle takes place in this area, you'll see some light red, which will be the enemy server that you're going against for that week. This week we're going against server 248. So it's going to be a lot of mayhem in this. And this might qualify for a live stream action because it's going to be so much activity on my phone. I figured it'd be good to commentate on what's going on for war. It's going to be crazy. All right, but you also may see some of those same like reds be out in the land because sometimes they might try to hunt down people, especially after a winter is decided in this area. They usually don't go back to their land. They probably stick around and just take out other folks. So it's going to be, this Saturday is going to be crazy. There's going to be fireworks for sure. The real fireworks are happening this Saturday, not on July 4th. Okay, so those are all the icons there. Then you got these things, like if you mark favorites, bookmark. Sometimes if there's like a certain, and obviously whatever I bookmark here is no longer there anymore, but you got those. And then if you zoom in closer, you see these little skulls here. The smaller ones are zombies. The bigger ones are the Doom Elites. And then you have these mega ones. See if I can find it. See if I can find it here. Yeah, you got these mega ones. These are Doom Walkers. So if you zoom closer, you'll see what level they are. So it lets you know the level of difficulty. The higher the number, the higher the difficulty. These zombies have a max level of 30 if you're in the old map, 60 if you're in this map. And same thing with the Doom Elites. The highest you can get is 30 based off your HQ level. And then the lowest is 1, of course. And then you have your plots, your tiles. You have your food, which is that bread icon. The coins, which is a little circular icon. Then you have your iron, which is this icon. The numbers that are below that represents the level. And just to kind of show you, when you click on them, when you try to harvest them, it shows you the gathering time it takes. So to collect a level 10 resource with this particular team, actually I need to switch my squads around. I did my Frankenstein event earlier, so let me just put this back together before I forget. And I'll do a video on team setup. Let me just put all this back together from what I can remember, and then put this team back here. Okay, all right. So to plot something like this, depending on your unit, it takes longer for some than others. Like it's 8 minutes and 58 seconds. It's 10 hours and 8 hours and 58 minutes. 10 hours and 17 minutes. 9 hours 27, 8:58. But it tells you at the very bottom, expected to finish time, and that's in relation to your time zone. So for me, it's expected to finish at 9:44 a.m. my time. This is huge when it comes to Sunday. Whenever you're trying to harvest Sunday leading into day 1 versus, you want to have a harvest time that's at least 25 minutes after server. So if you see an expected time, for me, that'll be 20:05. All right, so you just got 5 minutes after the server is what you want to target those. But that shows you the different plots. Then you have these little truck icons. This shows you, now obviously you don't want to rob from your own server, but you can do this by checking for a domestic truck. And this week we're robbing 248 because that's our opponent this week. So let me see if I can find a random 248 so I can just go to their server, including the trains too. Don't see in it. Gonna refresh, and I got plenty of videos showing how to rob a truck that's not in your server. So let's say we go to 248, and now we can just zoom out the map. Let's look at this person here. This actually is a robbable truck for my account. So you gotta know your team strength before you rob a truck. I'm not gonna rob it today though, just showing you the icons. But if you zoom out the map, obviously these are all foreign people because they're not in our service. That's why these are all yellow. But you can see these trucks. Let me see if I can zoom in close so I can see more trucks. This should be good. Yeah, you see these little trucks, yellow trucks. You want to try to rob as many yellow trucks as possible, but you got to know your difficulty. This truck isn't that difficult. And if you see one that's good for your alliance members, you can share it by hitting this icon and then your alliance. So that's all you got to do there. So whenever you want to rob a truck, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can go from the search screen, but sometimes you might refresh for a while. So If you just pick a random server that's not yours, if you're not on a specific server objective for the week, you can just click on plunder and go to that server territory and look for some yellows. If they don't have any fire next to them, that means you can rob them, or at least they got all the full goods that you can pick from. So I can see there's a lot of trucks here that got some goods. So easy way to rob. But I'm gonna go back to our map here. So that's how you locate trucks. And then you zoom in closer. Secret tasks are actually out now. And they've simplified these secret tasks. So this is probably new to people that even are familiar with the map. Because the secret task, they used to have it to where the starred secret task used to have like that green airplane looking thing, but they've done away with that. They won't have any start tasks to show you for the sake of this video, because this is not start task day. I believe that will be tomorrow, but I'm just going to show you here. Let me just find an alliance that got a lot of people. That way I'm not just looking all over the map. All right, here we go. So when you zoom in, when you zoom out the map, you see these secret tasks. And again, I showed videos of how to rob secret tasks. You want to look for gold. Gold is what you're looking for. Didn't see any there, but we got plenty of gold over here. I've already maxed my quota, but if I didn't, I would have had 4 that I can pick from. But I'm going to share this with the Alliance, so that way if they haven't met their quota, they can get theirs. So if you snooze, you lose if you don't collect your items in time. That's why I don't even send mine out when I'm going to sleep, because I get robbed just like they do. So it's a winner's game. But if you look at it closer, you can see that the gold ones look like that. The purple ones, you'll see the purple shade. And then the blue ones, let's see if I can find a blue one, they will have a blue shade. So it's pretty simple. They've simplified it so easy. So if you don't see any color at all, that means they're gold. If you see a blue, it's blue. If you see a purple, it's purple. So that lets you know you don't want to borrow the ones that are blue or purple. The start task will look similar to the gold ones. It'll just be like a shiny gloss over it, and you can tell it looks like a gold. It looks like gold shine, and so you'll be able to tell the difference between the two. And those are the ones you want to prioritize before anything. But they're more like unicorns to get. You kind of have to be looking at them. Like, for example, let's see if I can go back to this alliance here. Well, let's go to this one since we're still in this area. Let's see if we can find any that. Okay, so this, for example, it shows you a countdown. So if you got like a premium resource that you're wanting to gather, now this is not a premium example though, but let's say this was a start shiny task. This clock shows you how much time is left before that is ready to rob. So you can either stare there for like 7 minutes, or you can kind of bookmark it by either hitting that favorite icon, that star, or you can share it within your alliance, and then that'll give you like a bookmark to just click on within your alliance, kind of like what I did with these here, and then it'll take you to that source. But as you can see, my alliance just jumped all over that, but these are still open. So it'll take you straight to the source. So that way when it's ready to rob, you can set yourself an alarm clock or whatever. You can just rob it timely. You got to do it in ninja fashion, otherwise you'll lose out. So that's how you locate the color code. So really, whenever you're plotting farms, you want to stay away from ones that are red, unless it's enemy buster day and it's an opponent that you're going against. You don't want to do it against a domestic server person, but you really get no benefit from that, and you might just start unnecessary dramas. And I'm all about no drama. And I have to do the complimentary kitty DJ. This kitty is all asleep by itself, so I need to wake it up so it can start playing some music for me. Play that music, DJ Kitty. Play that music. Play that music. Play that music, DJ Kitty. Go, 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 go. Play that music. Play that music. Now, go to bed. Thank you. All right, so yeah. So that's the map pretty much. Like I said, I don't want to go too much into detail about all these stripes and all this other stuff, because that's related to the Crimson Plate. But the important thing is just knowing the color codes is specific to each alliance. All right. And then look, if you want to find bases to attack, you kind of half zoom into the map to look for all these markers, especially if you can even attack people within your server that's not in an alliance if you're trying to look for resources, because you get 5 quotas per day. So you can use that for that type of search. If you're trying to search for research plots, look for the coins or the metal and look at the numbers depending on how long you're trying to harvest. And then if you're looking for zombies or doom elites, it's easier to search for those by just doing this, searching for the mines and stuff. But if they're not within your range, then you have to use the map to zoom out further. But the doom elites and the zombies, they kind of spawn automatically, so you don't really have to use the map to search for those. You mainly use the map to search for those doom walkers, those big devil, yeah, these things. That's what you mainly use the map for. So the map you want to use to search for secret tasks, doom walkers, alliance bases that are not in an alliance or within whatever rules that your server has, as far as who's okay to attack. And you also want to use it to hunt down trucks that are not in your server, again by going to the truck search screen and just picking a random truck. If you don't find one in this screen that you don't that you don't like, of course, because if you see something that you like in here, then you can just attack it from here. But if this is the foreign server and you're tired of hitting the refresh, just again go to that territory, zoom out the map, look for the gold trucks, and as you see, there's another convoy of gold trucks. So it's real easy. Use the map, makes things a lot easier for you. And yeah, pretty straightforward. So it's kind of like an ABC type video, but again, the secret task is probably the main thing to get out of if you've been on the game for a while, because they did change that up recently. But the rest of the stuff, I've had some people that ask about some of these things, so I want to try to make sure these videos are tailored to as many people as possible, because I do cover enough advanced content, so I try to keep it balanced, a man for the people. But anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'm about to go to bed myself with that kitty. All right.